last thing with that new belt for this second machine, we have to time the bottom side of the machine. We've done this before, gears to drive it or a belt to drive it. I have the belt in place, and I loosened the set screws on the belt pulley here, and then the machine gets rotated until the needle bar is at its lowest point, and there it is, the needle bar is at its lowest point. And then we check the timing mark on the feed drive. So there's a light scratch here on this cam, and then this cast-in line on this piece. So I already went and timed this, but you rotate the machine until the needle bar is at its bottom point, loosen this, and then rotate this gear until these two marks line up with each other. And that is the lowest feed setting for this alpha gear setup. Yeah, so this machine doesn't have much grease on any of the gears, and the gears do look okay. I've been checking because it is these square cut gears that are the older ones, but they do appear to be solid, and I'm not seeing any cracks in them, so I'm going to keep working with them. Next, I'm going to check the needle and hook timing. But first timing, start here, get the feed in time. Once the feed is in time, then you can worry about the hook. Alright, we can see the feed is in time because it goes down as the needle goes down, and then, but the hook is not in time. See, it's hitting the needle here, but the feet come up as the needle comes up, and the feet go down as the needle goes down. Because this machine is automatic winder, I'm going to have to move the hook gear tooth by tooth because there's a flat on the bottom of the hook, and I'll have to move it tooth by tooth by loosening the gear, dropping it, and then turning and re-engaging it with the drive. So I've got the machine set for the needle to be all the way down and then just coming up, and there's a flat on the hook and a single set screw on the hook gear. So I'm gonna get the hook close to where I want it. Put that gear in, and then we'll check it for timing again. There's the hook going behind the needle, and the eye is a bit high, so I'm gonna have to move that one tooth, but I think that'll be enough to get it back. Yeah. Where it belongs. So I'm gonna advance this one tooth and just keep trying that out. This should be timed soon, and then we'll put our winding system back together and put the winding cam in. I only had one new winding cam, so I took the best of the old cams. All of them were cracked, but this is the one that's in the best shape and the least cracked, and I just cleaned it really good and put a bit of super glue in to reinforce these rings, because that's what helps it drive. We'll slip our bobbin case in, and the other machine I had the feed dogs out, and it was a lot easier to get the bobbin case in. So I'm gonna move, yeah, there we go, feed dogs up and backwards, and then I can, there it is, there, bobbin case, this retainer, the reverse thread, screw that holds it in, there we go. And our clearance. And then an issue I had when I replaced the feed dogs on that other machine is this here. This feed dog was lowering enough on the first machine to touch the bobbin case and prevent the thread from looping around it. So I'm going to rotate this machine and check to make sure that these feed dogs are not touching that bobbin case, and if they are, I'm going to have to raise them so that they don't retract so far. On the second of these three Futuras, this is the machine that was originally marked as a parts machine, but I decided to get it back together because it had some better parts than the second Fix If Possible machine. But this machine had some pretty significant issues with sticky buildup on the top section of followers. So this machine shares the vertical cam stack design of the 1030, 1036, the Futura II here, and some of the other mechanical machines in this Singer body. And I need to put my selectors back in, but they've got a cam lift release lever, and then when you select the cams, there's 3 sets of followers. And if you watch, I'm going to start, this machine is set for the removable cams, and there's this follower and that follower, and you'll see they slide vertically. This follower is for the buttonhole, because the order is removable cams, buttonhole, and then zigzag and straight stitch, your plain stitches. So this side, this cam only shifts completely up for the cam, and then it slides down 2 positions for the buttonhole. And then this follower here is the other follower that lifts for the cam, but in buttonhole position it only moves 1 space down, and for all the other stitches, zigzag and normal stitching, it has to move a 2nd step down for those stitches to function properly, or the machine will be half stuck in buttonhole and will cause small stitching and odd behavior. So in addition to taking the front panel off and making sure that the two followers further down are properly oiled and moving, you need to make sure and check these two top followers are also completely retracting when you set the stitch selector to any of the non-buttonhole zigzag stitches.